Just as soon as you think you have the retirement list, Brick Fanatics goes and creates another update. And I want to share with you some changes because there are some sets that are retiring now that were not listed a month ago. And I think that there's sets that you need to be aware of, as well as there's a couple that are not slated to retire now. And we do have a little more time on them, but let's check it out. So I'll start with the sets that apparently are not retiring now. The flower bouquet, you have some time for that one. These flowers, something like this is going to do well for Mother's Day. Probably would be an evergreen set, but not going to retire at the end of this year per Brick Fanatics. Again, take it with a grain of salt. Usually they're pretty accurate. Next is the LEGO Ideas Fender Stratocaster. I did mention it on my last video about the Ideas set, so you can check that one out here. But I guess I'm retracting that because it looks like it's not retiring this year. Also, it looks like we have a little more time with the Technic Porsche 911 RSR. So if this was a set that you were wanting to invest in, it's a very nice looking set. You probably have a little more time. The Nintendo Entertainment System is also off the list for 2023. You can see it's temporarily out of stock. I've seen this one kind of in and out, so I still think that this is going to be a really good set once it retires, but right now, got a little time to invest in other sets. Okay, so speaking of sets that have been added to the list, there are 7 in the Star Wars theme, and then there's also one more Icons set that was added. I'll start with some of the Star Wars ones. Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Darth Vader. This is a set from the Kenobi series or the Kenobi show, and they are redoing it. I think the set's definitely got potential. Anything with Darth Vader in my mind is going to do well, but I don't think this is one you would invest in. Another really cool set for the collector is BD1 from the Jedi Fallen Order game. When we are talking about maxing out our returns and our strategy, I just don't know if this is one to add to it. I could be wrong, and maybe I'll change my mind, in 6 months when there's more data. But right now, I don't know if this one's a winner. Now, obviously, these are my opinions. Here's another one that I'm on the fence about. I just am not quite sure if it would be a winner, is the Justifier from the Bad Batch series. I really like this. It's unique. I don't know if there's a set out there like it that looks like this. It had a really cool building features when I did it, but Hunter and Fitting Shan are not exclusive to the set. Cad Bane's going to be what sells this, the Omega figure. People are going to want that because that's the missing one from the Bad Batch shuttle. And who knows what they're going to have coming out this year. I'm pretty sure there'll be another Bad Batch set would go along with that. Now, unless you can get it at a really good price point, because $170 is just a little bit much, I don't know if this one would be in the winner category, in my opinion. But there are some good ones. Let's check them out. So let me say, if you're finding this information valuable, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to my channel. Let's check out a couple of them that I actually do want to invest in. Now, this set right here is definitely on my buy list. I really like this one, and it's at a good price point. The Obi-Wan Kenobi's Jedi Starfighter. People have wanted that Tonway minifigure for a long time. Now they got it. But this set, I think, will do really well. Now, will this be the last Starfighter? No, there's a bunch of them. But I think that this one's definitely a winner. Let's look at some data real quick. Now, if we look at some numbers over here on Amazon, and what I have here, if you haven't seen this before, is the FBA Multi Tool. If you want, I have an affiliate link in the description below. You can check it out, get a 7-day free trial. And I really like this tool. It helps me make my decisions. Right here, if you want to put in a buy price of $24, I can put, let's say, a sell price of $60. Calculate it. It's 112.5% return on investment. It already calculates the fees for you. For Amazon, you can check FBM fulfilled by merchant, which is how I sell on Amazon. And even if you're saying, well, Mike, I don't sell on Amazon, I sell on eBay, I still think you can use it. But it's math, right? It's going to calculate it. The fees are pretty similar between Amazon and eBay, maybe a little bit higher, but it's math. It's going to do a good enough job to give you a good idea. Another thing that's really cool, it shows that it's in the top % of the toys and games and on Amazon. And they're cranking out, let's call it an average of about $2,700 a month, which to me shows that it's in high demand. People really want this. One thing about the FBA Multi Tool also, it comes with a Chrome extension for the Keepa chart. You can see here that people have sold it as high as, almost $39 or $35, a little bit over the retail, which is a good sign as well, that it's being able to sell on Amazon over retail. And these gaps in here are showing that there's been some out of stock on Amazon's end. I really like that set. Another one that I love is this Ahsoka brickhead. It's exclusive to Lego, so you're only going to get it at Lego stores or Lego.com. And I think that this is a winner. They have the new Tusken Raider that just came out. So this one came out January 1st, 22. The Tusken Raider just came out January 1st of 2023. They're both slated to retire at the end of this year, and I think they're both winners. They're going to be hard to just get a bunch of, which to me is going to make that supply small, and that demand is going to be there after these are retired. Let's look at some numbers real quick. All right, so if we look over here at this FBA Multi Tool, just say we got it for $10. Now you can maybe get it another $1 off or get VIP points or whatever, but it's going to be probably a little harder to stack discounts, but it is definitely doable. And I think this set's easily going to sell for $35. So I'm going to put that in there, calculate the profit. You know, you can see there's the fees here, $525. That's almost a 200% return on investment. Now you could put $30, you could change it, and it may be around 150 something percent. The set's going to do really good once it retires. Currently, because it isn't exclusive. Now, one thing about it, it does say it's in the top 5% on Amazon, and I think that's solely because it's not a set you can buy on Amazon or at Walmart. It's an exclusive. So this is based off of reseller information, and they're showing that, you know, they're running an average of, call it like, you know, 65, 70 a month on Amazon, but it has consistently sold higher, close to about $20. So it's sold for double basically the last 3 months on Amazon, and I'm sure well before that. To me, that just shows how much potential this set has. Another Star Wars one I really like is the Inquisitor Transport Skiff for $100 that, you know, hopefully we can get it for a good discount at maybe around $80. This has a killer minifigure selection, and if you've seen how the Star Wars Rebels sets have done with the Ghost and all those, they're gone through the roof. Now, I'm not saying this one's going to be the Ghost, but this minifigure selection is one of the best ones out there, in my opinion, with the Grand Inquisitor, Fifth Brother, Third Sister Reva, and of course, Obi-Wan Kenobi. So if we get over here to Amazon and I'll type in, let's say, a buy price of $80, just 20% off. And I don't see why this one wouldn't sell for at least maybe $220, maybe $220, maybe $250, but given a couple of years. But let's try to keep it fairly conservative. If I calculate that, you're at about 133% return on investment after, you know, your fees here when it comes to Amazon. Now it's over here selling in the top 1%, which is a good sign. And they're selling, you know, it's a little higher priced item, but they're selling, you know, let's call it 1,100 to 1,200 of these a month on Amazon, which I think is really good. Obviously, they're going to be selling at the other retailers as well. And there's data showing that it's definitely sold over retail, 120 FBM, 147 FBA, and then apparently somebody sold one for like $219 right around the beginning of this year. So kudos to whoever did that. But this set, I think it's got a lot of potential. Now, the last Star Wars set that is slated to retire, and you can watch my video here about the Star Wars sets that I really like when it comes to 2023. In my first video, this one was not listed. Now, this one's definitely going to be a priority for me. You know, the Dagobah Jedi Training and the Trench Run were listed. This one right here, the Death Star Trash Compactor, is my favorite out of the three, and it is also a Walmart exclusive. Again, when it comes to those exclusives, harder for you to amass them. The supply is just going to be less, and demand, I think, is going to be there. It's got unique minifigures here, and this is a classic scene from the Star Wars era. So now when it comes to this set, again, like I said, it's a Walmart exclusive, so you're not just going to be able to go and pick it up on Amazon. So I punched in some numbers. Being that it's a $90 set, if you're able, hopefully Walmart starts having some sales with it, and say you can get it for 20% off at $72. And I put a sell price of $200 here. After the calculation, that's 136% return on investment, which is really good. And I mean, it may do better than that. Again, I'm trying to do my best to be conservative here and give fair numbers. It calculates the fees already in there. So if you don't want to calculate the fees, obviously that number is going to be higher than 136% return on investment. Now, one thing about it, it doesn't give the sales rank here, and they're selling not very many, but it's because it's a Walmart exclusive. And if you come up here to the Keepa chart, and I mean, it's selling just a little bit over that retail price for the most part. Somebody was able to sell one for about $135. Again, this is a really cool set. I think it has a lot of potential. Okay, the last set that I have today that was not listed prior is the Lego Icons Police Station modular. They had the bookshop and Assembly Square listed to retire. Now they have this third modular listed to retire at the end of the year. I love this one. It's, you know, it's a little bit cheaper. The assembly squares, about what, $80 or $100 more. I think this one has a pretty good price point, and if you're able to get it on any kind of discount, it's going to be pretty hard when it comes to Lego. So maybe one of those you want to wait till double VIP and or gift with purchase to help, you know, hedge that cost. But this set has a lot of potential. Now, if I run some numbers over here on Amazon, let's say you get it for $180. That's only a 10% discount. Now, obviously, you can do more than that. I wanted to be fairly conservative on this one, being that, you know, you can't just get it anywhere for the most part. And a sell price of $400. Now, you're only talking about an 89% return on investment, which isn't bad. You can do the math. If you think it would sell for $450, you can get it for $160 at 20% off, whatever it may be. But this set, I believe, has a lot of potential. The modulars usually do well. Sometimes it may take a couple of years to get it up there in value. Now, over here on Amazon, it's in the top 3%, but they're cranking out about 140, 150 of them a month. Definitely can see that there has been quite a bit of out of stock, especially here at late January, beginning of February. And if you look at the FBA, it's been selling for about $263 fulfilled by Amazon and fulfilled by merchant on Amazon. So let's just call that $63 above the retail. Not to mention, if you get a discount, definitely has potential. And those are the extra sets that they added to the list here in February. I think that there's definitely some winners in there and something to keep an eye on, and it may change up your strategy if you were already building it in January. Let me know in the comments if you like any of those sets and plan on investing in them. As always, thank you for watching. Mike with That Breaking. I'm out.